Listeners, today we have a special guest in Victoria Jackson here to talk about her wonderful new book, Is My Bow Too Big? How I Went from Saturday Night Live to the Tea Party. And Victoria, we'd like to welcome you to the Conscience of Kansas radio program.
Hello, Kansas!
We are so excited. I don't know if I hadn't had a chance to tell you this. When we moved over to our bigger venue here, we're on a 24-hour conservative talk show station here. So all the big talkers are there, and I do the Kansas stuff. And I don't know how many times I've opened segments with your ukulele song, There's a Communist in the White House. And
Cool!
oh, people love that. They're like, I'll go and I'll talk to folks, and I'll be introducing the show over here in this segment of the state. And they'll be like, okay, whoever you are, doesn't matter, but who's playing that song about the communists? And we start introducing. So you've been really my front person to a lot of different talks. Great stuff that you do. And, an interesting book as well. I was looking at that at the very beginning, Victoria. I got to tell you, you start your book kind of heavy. I was thinking, talking about, having an accident there and cutting your wrist stuff. I thought you were going to start out with something like Johnny Carson winked to me and I knew that he secretly wanted me or something like that. But no, you kind of have a serious beginning to a very interesting book.
Thank you. That was my brother's idea. He's an architect, and he helped me so much. He's my only sibling, but yeah, thanks. The hardest thing I ever did was be a housewife in the suburbs.
Is that right?
That was the hardest job. Motherhood is the most fulfilling, rewarding, fantastic job, but it's also the hardest.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of repetition, and there's a lot of, being a servant, and no glory, and...
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, but I just research. My purpose of my book is to suck people in with the show business stories. And juicy, everyone wants to know, how do you get on Saturday Night Live? And then I punch them with the 25 facts that prove Obama is a communist, and why we have to get rid of him and his friends, Valerie Jarrett and David Axelrod and Van Jones, etc. And then at the end, I have the messianic prophecies that Jesus fulfilled.
Mm-hmm.
So they come away with a lot of meat to chew on.
Well, and I've watched your progression. I mean, I was actually watching you when I was a kid on Johnny Carson. When you were on those shows, I watched all your stuff on Saturday Night Live. Kind of grew up with your acting career and some of that, but I've also followed with interest your activities with the Tea Party. I'm a master of ceremonies for 14 counties of the Kansas Tea Party. So I work with the Tea Party folks, and you've got a lot of fans from those folks. What's been interesting to me is to see that transition and how you go from, the Hollywood career and being in that environment to the Tea Party career. It seems to me that these conservative values, have they always been just a part of your makeup?
Yeah, well, see, to me it wasn't a big transition because I was a Christian since I was 6 years old. When I learned to read, John 3:16 popped out at me, and I realized that the preacher wasn't just preaching to the congregation. God was speaking to me as an individual, and I had a choice to make. And so I grew up in a Christian home. I went to a Bible college. So I was always conservative, but I didn't know it because I was not political. Mm-hmm. And I went through my whole adult life completely not political, and I'm embarrassed to say didn't even vote until I was 37.
Well, there's a lot of people out there like that, that have these values, and I include myself, is that I really didn't have any political awakening until probably almost 25, 26 years old. I had values. I knew what I believed in, but I didn't really get involved in politics or think about how politicians affect your life. You're not the only person that's been in that boat.
Right, and I want to encourage the Christians to register to vote and to vote because they don't understand how important it is. Like, I didn't understand it, but we let for some reason, maybe because we thought Jesus was coming back soon, we left the political arena and all the hippies and liberals filled in. They took over the universities and taught our kids evolution and secular humanism. They took over politics at the local level and the top levels and have corrupted everything. Took over the entertainment business. All the Christians fled out of there. I mean, I watched the Shirley Temple movie the other day, and they had a Bible verse at the end of it.
Yeah.
I'm like, what happened? It's the Christians, they just disappeared from those arenas, and look what happened. We have to get back in there.
Yeah, well, today, if you do something like that, you get sued or you get a lot of pressure, and it's because the culture has changed to where folks that want to attack those Christian values have got a strong foothold. And you're right, it's not the way the culture used to be all the time. I'm interested, Victoria, about how your life is. I mean, I could do like everybody else, and I have a tendency to want to say, oh, tell us about Saturday Night Live, but I'm interested in the now and the Victoria Jackson of today and how your life is different as you have stepped out and become politically aware, that you are vesting yourself in a cause of, championing this country and the Constitution. Has your life improved? As far as I know, you take the hits. I take the hits. If you're a conservative, you take the hits. But I don't know where that stood in when you were seen more as a Hollywood actress. Were you taking the same kind of hits there and just different kind of people, or has your life improved?
Well, being a Christian, like Jesus said, they'll persecute you because really they don't hate you, they hate him.
Mm-hmm.
And so basically, when you're a Christian, it comes with the package of you're going to be persecuted. Probably in America right now, it's just verbally or but in other countries, it's prison and death, and it could come here if we elect Obama again.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I have passion to fight this fight is because in 2007, when my political awakening came, I realized that when communism takes over a country, as it did in China or Russia or Cuba, where I grew up in Miami, and all my neighbors had escaped communism on rafts.
Yeah.
And they told me the first thing to go is Jesus. The nuns were kicked out, because it was all Catholic there. You cannot worship the state and God. So the first thing to go is Christianity. And I raised my children and taught them Jesus Christ was the answer to life. And now they're going to grow up in a country and be persecuted for that, maybe imprisoned or killed. And so that's what really motivates me. And it's not a joke. I mean, there's that guy, Yusuf, being held over in the Middle East in prison for being a Christian.
Mm-hmm.
I forget the name of that group that send tweets out on him every day. I signed up for that, so I tweet every day for people to pray for his freedom. But anyway, what was the question again?
Well, you're hitting it down the line. Why you're invested in this cause, and do your children now you have kids and things? Does that also affect how you think about the future?
Well, my daughter's 26 and has a baby, so I'm a grandmother, and my daughter was not that interested until she started writing. I encouraged her to write some articles because she's a writer, and she started writing articles for my boss at PatriotUpdate.com. My website's VictoriaJacksonShow.com, and I try to make entertainment and education mixed together to educate voters. You'll have to check it out. I have a couple comedy skits there and everything. But I do the sketches that SNL won't do, like making fun of burqas and stuff. But anyway, that's another big problem, the Islamization of America. I went to a 6-hour briefing in the Capitol, and the Muslim Brotherhood has infiltrated our highest offices of the FBI, CIA, and the White House. But anyway, I digress. My 26-year-old is completely obsessed now with the Tea Party movement. She gets it. She just did an article on Obamacare, and she said, "Mommy, it's a terrible thing." I go, "Hallelujah, she gets it." And she says, "They're going to ration care. They're going to pick who gets cared for and who doesn't." I go, "I know, honey. Thank you." And my other daughter is 18 in college. And she's like, Mommy, I know it's the end of the world. Will you quit talking about it? But recently she's been calling me saying, Mommy, all my friends at college, they worship you. They're so proud of you for standing up, and they believe in it too. And Mommy, I'm so proud of you. She's saying that now.
That's good.
And yeah, it's awesome. And see, when you see, we're right. It's like, I don't care who calls me names. I was on Alan Combs the other day, and our voices got raised because he will not admit the truth or the facts. But I don't care because I don't care about the persecution because I know I'm right.
Yeah.
I have facts. If you go to the movie 2016, it's all facts.
Yeah.
If you read the book The Communist by Paul Kengor, it's facts.
Yeah. And so, I understand what you're saying. When you're fighting the good fight, it gives you a lot of strength to keep going. I just wondered, because you seem like such a nice person. I watch your stuff, and you seem like, just a kind soul. And when I see people attacking you, I don't think of it as myself. I'm just an old Kansas dog over here. But you're tough. You're really tough. And folks, I want to get these websites out because I want you to go and check out stuff. The VictoriaJacksonShow.com. Now, Victoria has a lot of buddies of mine on her show, like Alfonso Rachel. He's a regular guest over here on Kansas and a great guy, and a lot of other stuff. I love the humor and what you have going on there. That's an up-and-coming thing you've got going there. Also, if you want to check out the book, Is My Bow Too Big? And you need to go and buy it. We have all things Victoria Jackson linked up at our master website at IbbitsonUSA.com, but you can also go to VictoriaJackson.com. You can order the book there as well as our other links. And so you want to check those things out. They are wonderful. They are interesting. And I'm glad that you're as tough as what you seem like. And of course, Alan Combs, he's kind of wimpy. You could take him in a street fight anyway. But there are a lot of folks out there, that keep Overmans of the world. They would love to shut voices like yours down. They would love to see any kind of voice that has a semblance from Hollywood that's almost locked up liberal. Not all. There are some conservatives out there, I know, and they pop up, but they really have a dominance over there. They would like to shut everyone up over there, and so I'm really glad that you're doing what you're doing.
Thank you. I want to be an inspiration to other housewives and other conservatives and Christians and say, don't be intimidated by them. They can't debate the issues, so they just call us names. It's so obvious. They can't discuss socialized medicine, so they call me a fat has-been. I'm like, what does that have to do with socialized medicine? Give me one good reason we should have socialized medicine, and they can't answer.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to encourage people in Hollywood. This was my political awakening. 2007, I stumbled into this underground conservative meeting, and it was started in 2007 with 2 people, and now it's over 2,000. And it's all people who are in show business who are conservative. And the first meeting I said, I don't know anything about politics, but I'm a Christian, so I should be here, I guess. Well, the next week they showed me a movie by Citizens United called Blocking the Path to 9/11. And I learned how the Clintons had so much power, they took a scene out of a documentary that made Clinton look bad when he didn't answer the phone when Osama bin Laden was in the military sites. And so then they showed me a movie. Oh, then I went to a meeting and I heard a rumor. They said, someone's running for president who's left of Hillary. And I said, left of Hillary? She's a socialist. What would that be?
Right.
That would be communism. So I looked it up in Webster's dictionary. Socialism is phase 1 of communism. And basically, I realized, oh no, it happened. What my Christian school told me in 1970 when I had to read the book 1984 by George Orwell.
Mm-hmm.
And my school told me communism will take over America not by force because of the Second Amendment, but by the breakup of the family unit and by sex, drugs, and rock and roll. And, immorality. And the weakening of the moral fabric of our country. And I went, I can't believe it. In my lifetime, between the ages 12 and 50, it happened.
Mm-hmm.
And so I said, who is this person who's a communist? And they gave me a DVD called, a DVD called Hype about Obama's past in Chicago. And I went and I watched it. And I was like, oh no, he's a communist. You can call it progressive or whatever you want to call it. It's the same thing. It means the government controlling everything. And so I tried to tell everyone, and I called Bill O'Reilly's show, and I said, I know you only have two token conservatives from Hollywood, Janine Turner and John Voight, and I know my career isn't hot right now, but if you want a third token conservative, I'm available. And
Yeah.
they put me on, and O'Reilly goes, so, who are you voting for? And I said, I'm not voting for Obama. And he goes, why? And I said, because I think he's a communist. And O'Reilly was like, oh, ha, 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 like that. And I am so vindicated because as the 3 years have gone by, all these great books have been written by Aaron Klein, The Manchurian President,
Yep.
and Dinesh D'Souza, The Roots of Obama's Rage. And I am now vindicated. I was right.
Absolutely. And, you know, you kind of went into the lion's den. Now, Bill's not a liberal, but Bill can be very aggressive. And so if you're weak, if you're a pansy, folks, avoid going on O'Reilly's show. You go in there and just lay it out there. So